Hey guys, it's me, Chris. Sorry about the less than adequate lighting, but it's as much as I have in my room. So yeah. Um, I'm gonna tell you a little story quickly, which is kind of an interlude or prelude or whatever you want to call it to the real reason why I'm on camera. And the story would be this: I don't get to spend a lot of time with my little cousins, and when I do get to spend time with them, I try to make sure the time is all happy and fun and joking around and smiles and laughing because they're adorable and they make me smile so much. And my biggest worry usually when I visit them is that I'll be boring them because all I can see when I look at them for the most part is when they were babies. And I wasn't allowed to hold them because I was too young and I needed like pillows under my arms and I had to be sitting down because somebody was afraid that I would drop them. And I remember playing with them in the backyard at my grandmother's house. And I know that they're growing up and they're not those little 3-year-olds that I have in my head. But I want to be relatable to them. And a lot of the time I don't know how to do that, so we just end up like playing on the Wii and being silly and having fun and playing Simon Says and things that they're probably starting to get too old for, but they haven't said anything yet, so I'm not gonna change. But oh god, I love these little kids so much. But a lot of the time I spend with them, it's not really anything groundbreaking or life changing. And I want to have as much of an impact on them as my older cousins have had on me. Like, I want to be the best big cousin I can be. Um, so moving forward, I was spending the weekend with them, and their parents were going to drop me off. My aunt and uncle were dropping me off, and they wanted to come with us, so they did. And while my aunt and uncle were saying hi to my mom inside of our apartment, I was outside playing with my little cousins, like we usually are. And one of my little cousins fell down, and I went to check on her to make sure that she was okay, like she hadn't scraped her knee, and I didn't need to go get the Neosporin and ace bandages or anything. And she looked fine, but I couldn't really get a good look because she ran away from me as quickly as she could. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so she's fine, and she just wants to keep playing the game. A few minutes later, however, she came to me and she said, Chris, I don't want you to look at my legs because they have scars on them. And I'm like, okay. That didn't really make much sense to me at the time, and I just let it roll off my back because I was trying to enjoy the last few minutes that I had left with them. Fast forward to now, which is about a month later, and I'm still thinking about that comment that she made that she didn't want me to look at her legs because they had scars on them. I'm like, thinking to myself now, you're 8. Why do you care about the scars on your legs? Like, why is that at the forefront of your mind? That's going to interrupt you playing because you don't want me to see your legs. And that really bothered me. And it got me thinking about, well, that incident, as well as some own issues that I've been having with myself, have got me thinking about body image and self love versus self hatred and all of that. And it inspired me to write this piece. And this piece is not polished. I just literally wrote it 5 minutes ago, so I apologize for any major mistakes. I haven't even had time to correct it. It doesn't even have a title yet, but it's an original work by me. Um, but yeah, and I got a really strong urge to share this, and that's the story behind it. So I guess I'll just go into reading it now. I have nappy hair and body hair and stretch marks and acne marks and fat rolls and little eyes and small ears and huge nose and feet size 9, but I've let those things define me for far too long. I'm not about to jump on my high horse and say I'm all enlightened and I've learned to love myself this way because the truth is, I have acne medication and a straightener and a weight loss plan. And the truth is, I've struggled with not being able to face the mirror. And I've struggled with being best friends with my finger and the toilet. And I've hated myself before. I've let my imperfections become flaws in my eyes. But the truth is that imperfection can be perfection, and I know I will never be perfect. Hair down my back, skin smooth like glass, waist so tiny you can tie a hair bow around it, and no, I will never sing soprano. And no matter how much I straighten it, my hair will always be nappy again in the morning. The truth is, I'm relearning speeches I've heard all my life. God don't make ugly, and everybody is beautiful. Oh yes, I can recite them all by heart. But there was a time when I thought people only said those things to me because I was ugly. No one ever says those things to pretty girls. The truth is, I was ugly in my eyes, and that's the real reason I've heard those words all my life. Because when I came to my mama crying about how my hair wasn't black and didn't curl the right way, or how my choir teacher favored the girls whose melodies hung in the rafters and rang like bells, and on my prom day when I wanted fake nails and nearly broke into tears because of the back fat hanging out of my dress, she saw the same thing I saw when my little cousin came to me crying about the scabs on her knees that she didn't want anybody to see. I wanted to scream at my little cousin, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're 8, full of life, and you might fall sometimes, but a scar is nothing but proof that you were strong enough to survive. The truth is, I'm black. Naps are a part of my everyday life, and I'm 18, and the war against acne is too tiring to fight, and I'm not going to win anyway, but who cares? Yeah, my ears are small, and so are my eyes, but they work just fine, and my feet that are so big are great for dancing to the music that I love to hear and sing to. And no, I'm not a soprano, but not all the best singers are. And yes, I have a little extra weight, but curves are not my enemy. Bones are not what I need to see. Weight is not my enemy, stupidity is. Stupidity has me, and the mindset that I must reach a certain standard and I can't just be natural. My legs and underarms must be clear because razor burn is much more attractive than the fine blonde hairs you'll see there if I don't remove them. Stupidity had me, thinking that I don't belong, but that's wrong. And the truth is, I might not believe any of this tomorrow. I might buy in, again, to the image that society is trying to portray that perfect is the only way to be accepted. The truth is, I'm not strong enough to throw out my razors and straighten it today. The truth is, there are still going to be days when I hate myself again and I can't stand looking in the mirror, but the truth is, I'm working on making that day not be every day. Because I am a woman and I'm alive and life is beautiful even if I don't always think I am. There's so much more to me than how high I can sing or how I'm seen by somebody I'm trying to impress. And little cousin, I wish I thought to show you that I have a few scars of my own and they all have stories. We can share them and compare them if you'd like. Truth is, someday you'll be a woman too. And I hope you have it better than me. But right now, please enjoy being 8, scars and all. Because remember, it's not about how many times you fall, it's how many times you get up that counts. This world will do its best to knock you down, but don't you dare let it keep you there, between the ground and its thumb. Truth is, you're beautiful, and so am I.